Alrighty. So, thank you everyone for joining us for tonight's Quarter 1 VNATech webinar. So today is obviously going to be our marketing and mastermind. We're going to be going over unlocking some opportunities within your business or within your company or your place of employment, utilizing ChatGPT, analytics or data, SEO, and some lead generation tactics. So, if you're a small business or medium-sized business in this era, you need to be taking advantage of artificial intelligence or large language models, LLMs, in order to compete with larger companies. Because systems like ChatGPT now have access to live information through web browsers such as Google and greater processing capacity, they have become very, very, very powerful tools that can help you accomplish tasks that you may previously have had to outsource or just pass up altogether because of the immensity of the task. So today, what we'll cover. Okay, we kind of touched on that already. The overview of powerful AI tools, understanding business analytics with LLMs or the large language models, search everywhere optimization, which has taken the place of SEO as far as search engine optimization. Now we're in search everywhere optimization, and B2B lead generation techniques, and one in specific. So, what are large language models or LLMs? And let me take a sidestep here. If you do have any questions or you want to go over anything, we're going to be doing a quick Q&A at the very end of the webinar. So feel free to write them down or put them in your notepad, and we'll touch on those once we get to the very end. Okay, so large language models are advanced computer programs designed to understand and generate human-like text. Some of the things that they can be used for, obviously, are writing, summarizing information, translating text from different languages, or even different demographics of information, like translating corporate documents. Like if you had a corporate statement and you just didn't know how to really interpret everything that they're talking about, you can type that right into ChatGPT and it'll give you a true understanding of and a breakdown of what exactly they're saying. Next, obviously, chat. So you can chat directly with your AI assistant or AI chatbot. Just like you would with a regular human. You can ask it questions, ask it information, type in scenarios based on what exactly you're looking to understand, and it will be able to formulate an actual answer based on accessible information. Like we said before, AI models, large language models, LLMs, such as ChatGPT, now have access to live information through Google and other search engines. So pretty much anything that you ask it, it can chop up and give you an actual informed breakdown of what you're specifically asking it. Now, imagine teaching, when we're talking about ChatGPT and other large language models, imagine you're teaching a computer to talk like a human by exposing it to an enormous amount of text from books, websites, articles, and conversations. That's essentially what an LLM is, a computer program trained to understand and produce text. And we're really going to dive into this a little bit deeper for those listening or watching later in the future that don't have a deeper understanding of AI models and really want to understand how they can utilize it to the best of their ability. So next, obviously, as we can see here, is how do LLMs function, such as like ChatGPT and Google's new Gemini? One, obviously, training through data sets or data and text. As previously stated, the model is fed billions of sentences from sources like books, websites, and more. It doesn't necessarily memorize sentences. Instead, it learns patterns, structures, and relationships between words and ideas. For example, it might learn that the sky is blank is completed with the missing word blue. So basically, if you give it, certain context, it'll be able to predictively plan what exactly the outcome or the answer should be. Number two here, predict probabilities. LLMs or large language models, like I said, predict the next word in a sentence based on what's come before. For example, like I said before, the sky is blue. Input, the sky is, and then the output is blue. So you give it a specific input and it'll produce an output. And they don't just stop at single words. They create context-aware responses based on everything that you ask it. So like I touched on previously as well, if you have situational based like math that you're looking for, like Joe Schmo has 3 apples and his buddy wants one. How many apples do you have left? It'll be able to formulate an actual usable answer out of that just by utilizing the text and the context around it. Next, we've got fine tuning here. After the initial training, and training as far as in this case is considered like giving it context. So at the beginning of a chat with a ChatGPT or Gemini or other language LLMs, large language models, you can tell it, for instance, like pretend you're British soldier from the early 1700s, and then every response it gives you will be based on the context and the initial question or basis of being a revolutionary British soldier. So, like I said, fine tuning. After the initial training, the model's fine tuned for specific purposes like answering questions, writing essays, or even coding. This process ensures the model is more accurate and aligned with how people use it. So kind of touching on like coding, for instance, if you are, in the coding industry or you need something coded, not saying that this thing can completely produce or ChatGPT can completely produce usable code, but it can put together a skeleton, a structure of something that you can actually, utilize in the real world to, put together something that you're actually coding, or it can look through it for, specific troubleshooting and find little things that it might be able to fix just by, taking a peek at your current work. Let's see. Okay, and then the last one here would be generating responses or response generation. When you ask a question or give a prompt, the model or ChatGPT in this case processes your input, analyzes its training data that it previously has, or the context based on web-based information, and then generates a coherent text-aware response based on available information. And just kind of taking a sidestep, this is the precipice of why ChatGPT and other LLMs, large language models, are going to be so useful for small businesses and medium-sized businesses in this day and age because it can just formulate a disgusting amount of text and like I said has access to the internet, so it can really answer up-to-date information. Like if you have a question on something that happened in the news, it can utilize what actually happened based on what's been posted in the internet. Okay, next. Now, before we kind of touch on this next one of why LLMs seem so smart, let's take a sidestep and also remember that LLMs, large language models, are not mind readers. So if you want a specific outcome, you must provide it with more context in order to compose an accurate answer or more, specification in your question. So the more detail oriented you can be when asking these LLMs questions or looking for answers, the better they can provide those answers. So now let's touch on why do LLMs seem so smart? So for starters, they have context awareness. They can remember, quote unquote, remember what you said earlier in a conversation to keep the responses that they provide you relevant. So each time you use, like, for instance, like I said before, our preferred AI assistant on our side to kind of lessen the load that we have to carry would be ChatGPT. Within each chat that you create, it actually has access to go back to that entire chat and remember things from the beginning. So if you let's say you uploaded like a quick document or added some text from something that you wanted to analyze, it can analyze that and then you can carry through a whole conversation with it. And then, like I said, it has context awareness, so it can give you responses based on that initial context. Next would be the versatility of it, obviously. They can handle a wide range of topics from history to math, all the way to, even some basic accounting. So because they've seen diverse training data, they're able, and they now have access to up-to-date web-based information, they can really break context down, break down conversations and things that you're asking it, and provide, pretty usable information. Not that everything is completely 100% accurate. You might want to take some things with a grain of salt, especially if you're asking like accounting things. But it can definitely point you in the right direction and get you started on your path of information. Now, number three here, as you see there, high efficiency in text-based tasks, which kind of goes hand in hand with the pattern recognition. By spotting patterns in language, they mimic logical reasoning and human-like understanding. So this can be a brilliant tool for, like I said, taking some of the load off your back. And here at VNATech, we utilize it for a whole array of things like blog writing, which allows us to, do so much more work for our customers that most companies these days you won't see actually being able to uphold. The big thing that we've seen in corporate America these days, or at least corporate marketing, is they'll get you started with a lot of the basic SEO stuff. They might run Google ads for you, but they won't actually help you with that, hands-on, getting in the field aspects of information gathering, contacting your customers, writing blogs on your website, and actual real usable human-like information and human-like context on your websites. And just for your business in general, whether you're doing like Instagram posts or YouTube videos. Now, utilizing AI has allowed us to be able to provide these things for your business. So instead of having to pay, a whole marketing staff on your team in your business, which can cost you thousands of dollars a month on payroll, we can take a huge brunt of that load off your back, metaphorically speaking, just by leveraging AI and maybe even potentially using one of our virtual assistants. Like I said, we can take a huge brunt of that load off your back and do a lot of those things that you previously may have had to outsource to an agency or hire on actual someone to take that work for you. But now that we've kind of touched on the why LLMs seem so smart, let's kind of touch on some of the limitations that LLMs have. So obviously, because LLMs or large language models like ChatGPT cannot read our mind, they're dependent on the training data that you give it or the data that's available on the internet. So they're not perfect. They don't truly understand like humans. They're just very good at predicting text based on patterns. Obviously, next, the lack of true understanding or independent thought there. So I'm not going to say that's a bad limitation by any means, but it's just going to force you to really pay attention to the information and the questions that you're asking it, because it can really only answer to a T everything that you ask it, everything that you provide it. Now, let's kind of touch on some of the everyday applications. Just kind of spark your mind on some ways that you can use it for yourself. So, one, like we said, translations. Let's say you're, overseas, or let's say you're a business and you want to work with a new community of customers that may speak a different language. This can allow you and allow our team to add quick translations or translations on the website for other viewers to see, such as Spanish, French, the whole nine yards. And even if you're doing something like, let's say, email marketing, email campaigns, we can actually tailor those email campaigns directly towards those diverse audiences, which really opens up the field of opportunities for how many potential customers you can be impacting and influencing over a year's basis. Next, obviously, is summarize large amounts of data. So let's say from there, and this is another way that we like to utilize it on our side, is summarizing and understanding business data. And we're going to touch on that a little bit later here in this webinar. But let's say you have a year's worth of data. And like I said, this is an example of something that we'll do for our customers at the end of a full year that they work with us. But let's say we have a full year of data of analytics from all of their platforms: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, website, LinkedIn, the whole nine yards. We can then chop all of that data together under spreadsheets and provide it to large language models such as ChatGPT to basically formulate an understanding, or a layman understanding, for how we can utilize this information and what this information means. From there, this really leverages, or rather levels, the playing field for between small businesses and large businesses, because previously, 100 years ago, or even 5 years ago, this information that artificial intelligence can provide us, because it has access to the same information that financial advisors have, can really give you, I'm not saying you perfect answers, but can give you an idea and point you in the right direction of what your data really means, and how you can utilize your data, and what the best things that you might be able to do with the data that you've unlocked. So it really just unlocks a new level for small and medium businesses to compete on that level that large businesses are. Next, we've got email and report writing. So this is another thing that ChatGPT can definitely help you with, is writing an email to somebody if you are like a customer. Let's say you're having brain fog, you wake up and you're not on the right side of the bed, and you're just having a hard time. You can tell it exactly what you want in the email, and it'll write the email for you and include the specific data points that you want. And then as well, report writing. Let's say someone is looking for a detailed report. You're using this in your place of employment, and your boss says, "I need a detailed report on the S&P 500 and all of the companies that are within it, and please include some of the revenues over the last 5 years for those companies." You can type those specific metrics right into ChatGPT, and it'll pump out a complete, comprehensive report based on everything. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to be perfect. Like I said before, you're going to want to take everything with a grain of salt, but it will give you a unique opportunity to take some of the brunt off your shoulders, like we said, so that you can go to the next level with your business. And bear with me here. I'm just going to check the waiting room and make sure that we don't have anybody waiting for us. Okay, yep, looks good, looks good. All right, and next is going to be customer service chatbots. Now, this is a really unique aspect of the new LLMs these days, and you can actually set that up with ChatGPT as well, that you can include onto your website, which would be a customer service chatbot powered by AI. So then customers can go on your website and ask specific things and specific questions, and get a usable response back that really feels like they're speaking to a real person. Now, keep in mind, once again, these chatbots are only as powerful as the context you provide it. So anytime you're setting this one up, or let's say you're one of our customers and we're setting this up for you, you'll just have to let us know, or let the AI know exactly everything that you want your customers to be able to know, such as frequently asked questions, or potential data about some of your plans and packages. This way, if somebody goes on your website, they can just ask the chatbot exactly what they're looking for, and it can even help them to purchase, or make a purchase. So it can be a glorified virtual sales agent for you. But now that we've touched on that, Let's see. Our next one is helpful AI tools, but it's kind of sidestepping here. In short, LLMs or large language models are like incredibly fast and knowledgeable word processors that can generate human-like text based on recognizing and replicating patterns they've learned from vast amounts of data. So now that we've kind of taken that sidestep, yeah, let's hop into the helpful AI resources and tools. As you can see here, the number one that I prefer and our company prefers is ChatGPT for some specific reasons, because it helps us solve challenges that traditionally we may have had to outsource. As well, it allows us to cross-reference analytics to provide usable information within a business so that we can actually understand why we're making a specific choice within a business or why we keep getting a specific outcome. And number three would be to generate ideas. Let's say we're having, like I said, brain fog, and we don't know exactly what our content ideas for social media are going to be for the month. We can use this to help us generate ideas so that we can, put everything together and take some of that, load off of our back, like I said before. Ba, 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 ba. So next would be, and we can actually, once we go over each of these, take a side step. Maybe I'll even pull them up, and we can go through a couple of the aspects of it. So next would be 11 Labs as a helpful AI resource and tool. So 11 Labs allows us to generate text to speech or voice to generation. So this can be useful if you're making content for social media and you don't have really great audio capabilities. You don't have a good microphone. You have bad conditions, or maybe you're somebody who stutters a little bit more or has a hard time speaking. 11 Labs can be used to generate text to speech, such as, like I said, a video that you can produce and post out on your social media channel. We like to use this tool for businesses who don't have time to make personable content, but still want a voice behind the things that they're offering. This can also be a game changer for those who are shy, like I said, don't have good audio recording conditions, or aren't as good at speaking. So let's say, for instance, like I said, you're a business owner who wants to have your voice to be more personable with your customers across your social media, but you don't have time to actually record these things each day. With your permission, we can actually go ahead and upload your voice or like a sample of your voice to 11 Labs, and that will allow us to create content with your actual voice. So we could do videos, walkthrough videos, explainer videos with your voice, so your customers can have that personable, tangible feel with you. This can also be utilized really well for email campaigns, so people don't think that they're just another piece in the wheel, cog in the wheel. They really feel like they're communicating and having direct communications with the business owner. But next would be Sora, as you can see there. And Sora is used for text to video. Sora is one of the newer projects by OpenAI, which is who offers and creates and produces ChatGPT. This software allows you to convert text into high resolution videos that are imaginative and sometimes realistic. This is a great software for making short form content that viewers will be drawn to. Sora can save businesses thousands of dollars and hours on outsourcing smaller projects to individual video editors, which makes it an effective tool for producing high quality content for daily social media users. So this is another software that we like to use on our side for taking some of that load off of business owners' backs. So it allows us to throw together really engaging and sometimes a little bit crazy content, high quality content for social media purposes, like creating a quick video, something along those lines. So now that we kind of touched on that, maybe I can switch this video over here to the other screen, and we can touch on a couple of these AI tools and just kind of go over how they work. So let me switch this over. Do, 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 do. Okay, awesome. Let me see here. That's working. Ba, 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 ba. One moment there, everyone. Okay, so this is obviously ChatGPT. Now over here, we can ask it something like, let's say, and it can do picture generation too. So this is another reason why ChatGPT is very useful. So let's say, create a picture of a cowboy riding into the sunset. And just like that, it can create us little images here for, social media purposes, content purposes, something that you want to throw into an email campaign, the whole nine yards. So like I said, this can be really useful for content generation, YouTube videos, short form YouTube videos, YouTube shorts. The sky's the limit. And we like to present these tools in our marketing webinars so that also we can spark the ideas in the brain for our current customers so that you can understand the true capacity of all the things that we can do on our side. But that's kind of a brief introduction to at least the picture capacities of ChatGPT. Let's give it another aspect. Let's say if Joe Schmo has 100,000 apples and 15% of them have gone rotten. Let's say you're an apple business and 15% of your apples have gone rotten. How many apples does, oh, comma, he have left? Let's just be perfect there. And just like that, rotten apples equals 15% times 100,000 equals 0.15 times 100,000 equals 15,000. Joe Schmo has 85,000 apples yet left. Let's try one more example while we're here. If my revenue last month was, let's say, 50,000 and was made up of 15 sales of the same purchase or the same, purchase amount, how much was each purchase for? Let's see if it can process that. To find the purchase amount right there. Each purchase was approximately $3,333.33. Purchase amount per sale, total revenue equals the total revenue divided by the number of sales. So like I said, this can be a very useful tool for making sense of the day-to-day challenges, week-to-week or month-to-month challenges that any small or medium-sized business faces, especially when you're a sole business owner. Just being able to take some of that stress off your back and just type it right in here and get a usable answer. You always want to take everything with a grain of salt, do your own calculations, do your own research, but just like I said, this can point you in the right direction. So next, let's touch on 11 Labs and how exactly it allows us to take some time off our hands. So with 11 Labs, like it says here, we can do text to speech. So we can pick a specific voice of Brian, Charlie, Alice, Bill, Caleb, yada, 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 any of these voices, and put text right into it. And it'll pump out actual MP4 audio for us to be able to utilize. So let's just say the sky is blue and it is a great day to have a great day. Let me make sure my audio is on here so you guys can hear this. Should be. Let me see here. Let's see. Oh, I don't think we can hear that. I would love for you guys to be able to hear this. So let me see if I can change this in the settings really fast. Let's try that.
The sky is blue and it is a great day to have a great day.
Right there. Let's see. Now let's try it with Caleb's voice.
The sky is blue and it is a great day to have a great day.
Let's see a little. Let's get a little funky here. The underground trolls crawled through the cavern to initiate their assault on the elves. And I'm only using this example because this guy kind of sounds, like elvish on the elves of the northern camp. Let's see.
The underground trolls crawled through the cavern to initiate their assault on the elves of the northern camp.
Now, let's say you wanted to use, let's say a virtual system. You want to send something, an email out to your customers with a soft woman's voice. Let's say you're talking to a customer named Jack. To thank you for your recent purchase. Please let me know if you have any questions. And let's say you want to download that, put that in a video, and send it over to one of your customers to thank them.
Good afternoon, Jack. I wanted to thank you for your recent purchase. Please let me know if you have any questions.
Awesome. So just right there, that's a quick introduction of how you can utilize 11 Labs, one of our suggested or what's a good word for it? So I will just say suggested AI models that we like to use on our side. And just for the sake of time, we'll skip over some of these other ones. Like you can do voice changer, voice cloning, where you can upload your actual voice and then or someone's voice and then make content or MP4 for content. Now, let's say you combined that with our previous or the 11 Labs with our next one rather, which is Sora, the third one that we went over here. Let's see if it'll let me click it. Looks like it's gonna give me a hard time. So I'll just type it in here. Let's see. It's giving me a real hard time now. One moment here. Looks like it's not letting me click around. Oh, okay. I've got another pop-up here on the other side. That's why. Okay. Now let's try Sora. Awesome. So let's say utilizing, 11 Labs and Sora, you wanted to make a quick video for your social media. And let's say you are a club, a nightclub, for instance. And I don't know if that's a good example. Let's say an amusement park. Let's say you're an amusement park and you wanted to do a social media video about a bunch of people enjoying a good time at an amusement park, and you want to put your own voice over the top of it. You could use Sora here, which, like I said, is one of OpenAI's who produces ChatGPT. You could use Sora to make a quick short form video, and then you can put your video over or your voice over it. So let's say you wanted it to be in baseline. If you're just doing like the free, you can only do 5 and 10 second videos. But if you get the paid for version, you can get up to 15 and 20 second videos. So let's say you wanted to say something like, please, or I don't think you have to do please. You can present it like you're doing a story. Let's say a group of teenagers having a fun time at an amusement park. This park features a Ferris wheel. I'm a perfectionist. Ferris wheel, cotton candy vendor, corn dogs, corn dogs, and a creepy clown. Oh, yeah, clown. Let's see, what else can this amusement park include? Please include a banana balloon. Let's say this amusement park, specializes in banana balloons. It's a banana balloon theme park. Please include a banana balloon and let's see, a cotton candy elephant, right? And this is just to kind of show you guys the power of what it can do. Let's throw that in there. Oh, did I lose my I hope I didn't lose everything I just typed. Oh my goodness, I did. So let's try that again. An amusement, that is butchered. An amusement park with a group of teenagers having fun. This park should include a Ferris wheel, a cotton candy vendor, a we'll say yeah, and a creepy clown. Let's just do that for the sake of time here. I want to take up all your time tonight, guys. We'll give it a minute here, let it load. And like I said, this is just kind of taking a sidestep so you guys can see the power of some of these AI large language models and understand the true capacity of what VNATech can help you with. Okay, 92%, 94%. Alrighty. So remember, the prompt was an amusement park with a group of teenagers having fun. This park should include a cotton candy vendor, a creepy clown, and a Ferris wheel. And that's all artificial intelligence. So the best part about this is because this is AI, this would technically be considered like stock imaging. So it's not like you need a license or anything to be able to utilize this. It's not like these are actual, real people. So this could be, something that you could, cross-reference with 11 Labs. Let's say utilize this and say, welcome to our theme park. People of all ages enjoy our cotton candy creepy clown. We'll say our creepy clown and our Ferris wheel. Make sure you bring your tickets. And then we'll just play this and bounce over to the other screen.
Welcome to our theme park. People of all ages enjoy our cotton candy, creepy clown, and our Ferris wheel. Make sure you bring your tickets.
Yeah, see? So just kind of, like I said, sparking the mind of some of the capabilities we have these days in this very peculiar time that we live in, where as citizens, we have access to LLMs and AI models such as ChatGPT, 11 Labs, and Sora. So kind of reiterating once again, ChatGPT can take some of those day-to-day mindless tasks off your hand, like typing and writing. 11 Labs can help you with generating content, and Sora once again with content as well can help you create actual the videos. I didn't even see the clown here up in the top right-hand corner, so it did include everything that we asked it for. But now let's get back on track with our webinar. Let's see. I'm going to switch you guys back over to the other screen so you can see the presentation. One moment there. Alrighty, now we are back on track. So now that we've touched on, let's see. Let me make sure that I'm sharing this with you guys. There we go. So now that we have touched on a few of our preferred AI softwares, let's delve into how we can cross-reference business data, like that is our next subject, cross-referencing business data and analytics with AI to uncover correlations that we would have previously not have seen, or they would have been hidden from us, in order to take the average business owner to the next level. And here we are. So obviously here in the digital world that we live in, most software or online tools allow for users to track and export usable data. This data empowers any business, small or large, to make calculated and accurate decisions based on real information. For most businesses we work with, they have one of two issues these days, and sometimes even both. They either don't have the infrastructure in place to be able to track customer data / analytics, or they have all of the data necessary, but don't necessarily know how to properly interpret this data to usable information for the business. Now, AI cannot put these systems in place for you as far as the infrastructure to collect data, but it can surely help you make sense of everything you collect. Now, if you don't have the ability or the understanding to collect this data, definitely feel free to book a one-on-one meeting with us or a phone call with me, myself, Victor, work as the customer integration specialist, and I will be more than happy to help you set this up, and we can discuss what tools we can use at your disposal to make sure that you can make the most of all your business data. Now, when it comes to making sense of this information, we like to cross-reference data using ChatGPT. And like I said before, ChatGPT is our preferred AI tool for most of the struggles or the tasks that we face on a day-to-day basis. Our team compiles a complete monthly analytics report across all platforms for all of the businesses that work with us. So that, like I said, gives you a clear view, 2020 picture of everything that's going on within your business, which really allows us to take marketing to the next level for our customers and our clients. So right there, that's kind of a side step. The difference between marketing and advertising. Marketing, or let's say advertising first. Advertising is like putting out a billboard or putting out posters, something that gets your business in front of people, but doesn't really allow you to track how your market audience is responding to that marketing, and doesn't allow you to really take in the data to be able to make informed decisions in the future. Whereas marketing is putting out those feelers, putting out those advertising, but having the ability to actually capture user data so that in the future you can send emails to them, utilize that data to make informed decisions, or just have that customer information on file so that you can talk to them comfortably and have their name and their information, yada, yada, yada. But for most of the businesses that we work with, like I said, this allows them to understand where their successes and where their downfalls arise from, especially in the previous months. However, the real beauty really comes from long-term data tracking. After about the first 6 months or so, we can then cross-reference all of that data and compile each previous month's data in order to have a full picture view of what approaches generate the most success for any given business. Now, let's see, and kind of touching further on that, 1 month of data might be skewed with coincidental happenings, but over a longer period of time, when we compile a business's data, a larger data set is captured, which provides a deeper look into trends within a business. Now, this also stresses the importance of collecting analytics across each platform, because there are many online platforms that can allow a business to attract more customers through visibility. The key here is to be visible everywhere, aka search everywhere optimization, which we'll touch on further in the webinar here, and also having the infrastructure in place to capture data on how your market audience responds to your marketing product or service. Now, we have touched on some of our preferred AI tools and how to use one of them, such as, like I said, ChatGPT, to unlock hidden insights within a business by cross-referencing data. Now, let's take a deeper dive into the realm of search everywhere optimization. Like I said, the new age of search everywhere optimization, where you want your business to be visible everywhere, expanding discoverability across all platforms. So, search everywhere optimization, or the new SEO, is an emerging concept in the field of digital marketing that expands traditional search engine optimization beyond just search engines like Google or Bing. It now focuses on optimizing content discoverability across all platforms where people search for information, products, or services. Now, as you can see here, the first one, traditional search engines, such as Google. And like I said, kind of sidestepping again, with search everywhere optimization, this ensures content ranks well on platforms like Google, Bing, and others by optimizing keywords, meta descriptions, backlinks, and site structure. So you want to make sure that you're really taking a deep look into these things, or you're having an agency such as VNATech, because we do all of this on the back end, so you don't have to even think about it. But you really want to make sure in this day and age that all your keywords and your meta descriptions and your backlinks are optimized and set up properly to make sure that search engines like Google and Bing can really see and discover your website to the true capacity and the full potential of the website that you have. Next would be social media or social media platforms. So you want to make sure that you're optimizing posts, profiles with hashtags to make content discoverable on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. So when we use hashtags, that allows the search engine, or search engines that are looking for your content, and the what would it be considered? the algorithm, such as Instagram, like I said, to really understand what you're giving your audience. So hashtags and the keywords within your post, when you actually type out, the post and the headline and the topic of the post, that allows the algorithm to really understand what audience you're trying to have see your post. Now, a new update by Instagram specifically is it allows the algorithm to actually take into consideration the keywords within your post, whereas other platforms, like I said, you want to have those hashtags because it utilizes the hashtags instead to be able to provide to the audience what it is exactly that the post is about. So by having all that information, all that juicy data within your posts, within your headlines of your account, within the about portion of your account, really allows not only just the user to understand you and your business on your social media platforms, but the algorithm itself to really tailor your audiences. So you really want to take a healthy approach to these things, or have an agency such as ourselves, VNATech, take that load off your back, and so we can look through everything, make sure everything's optimized for you. Next would be e-commerce platforms, which would be kind of ensuring product listings are optimized on marketplaces like Amazon, eBay, and Etsy with strong words and product descriptions and images. Not that everybody's doing the online e-commerce, but if you are, you want to make sure you have everything filled out. Obviously, you want to have strong keywords. You want to have a product description and images, because if you don't have these things set up, such as a product description, typing out what exactly you're offering, it makes it hard for people online to discover. So with anything, you want to make sure that you have as much information filled out as possible, because that allows you to be discoverable based on that information that you type in. But like I said before, you can also have an agency like VNATech here just take a once through on all of your e-commerce platforms, so we can make sure everything is set up and optimized to the best of its ability, because we are optimization experts. We know exactly how all the algorithms work, because it's our job to know how all those things work. But next would be app stores. So app store optimization, which is considered ASO, which falls under SEO now, search everywhere optimization, which would be optimizing apps for discovery on platforms. If you do have an app like the Apple App Store or Google Play Store, through titles, descriptions, and reviews. So once again, you want to have all of your titles filled out. You want to make sure your title pertains to what you're actually offering. You want to have a description within there which describes what your application is about, or what it is that you're offering. And then it's always good to have reviews on there, especially for applications. If you have an app on the App Store, you want to make sure that you're pushing reviews, maybe setting out a mass email campaign to your users, so that they can, or push notification, so that they can leave a review, because obviously in this day and age, the more reviews you have, the more optimized your listing is going to be. But next would be videos, or your video platforms. You need to be, and you want to be, enhancing your visibility on platforms such as, or to be enhancing your visibility on these platforms such as YouTube, Vimeo, or TikTok, through optimized titles, tags, thumbnails, and descriptions. So, and kind of taking a sidestep here, obviously it just comes down to really taking your time with each of these aspects and putting your best effort forth to make sure that you have all of your tags, all of your thumbnails, and all your descriptions set up, because each of those aspects increase your visibility across each of these platforms, so that these potential customers can be finding you. Because if you're not visible, you're not going to be making as many sales. And especially in this day and age where everybody and all of these businesses are competing for online visibility, if you're not on there, you're going to be completely taken out of the equation a lot of these times, because people are going to go with some of the first 3 or 4 businesses that they see online these days. But I think this is the fourth to last one, is voice search. So obviously, as you can see here, 41% of US adults use voice search daily, according to Google mobile voice survey. So you want to have content on your website specialized directly towards questions. So for instance, preparing content for voice search queries on devices like Alexa, Google Assistant, and Siri, by focusing on conversational and question-based keywords. So you can have frequently asked questions on your website, such as how do you utilize VNATech to make the most money possible? You utilize VNATech to make the most money possible by utilizing our virtual assistant that handles day-to-day posting for you every day, contacts your customers, and sends out email campaigns for you. So just by styling it in that format on your website and taking that into consideration as far as voice searches goes, will allow assistants like Alexa and Siri to be able to spit that information back out to your customers. So that kind of gives you an idea of like another tactic that you can utilize on your websites, on your social media, yada yada yada, to make sure that it's optimized for voice search. Now, next would be internal sites or website search. You want to make sure that obviously you have the ability in each of your websites to search for specific content. So if somebody's like searching for something specifically that they want from your website, but they don't want to have to click around, it's very useful to have the search capacity within your own website to search for keywords. Now, this also goes hand in hand with the search everywhere optimization, so that everything within your website is at the fingertips of your customers. And this is another thing that VNATech can set up for you, is the ability for customers to just search for certain keywords on your website, so that they can pull it right up and not have to dilly-dally with certain things that they're looking for. And that one's pretty self-explanatory. Next would be specialized search engines such as Reddit and Quora. So this is once again another aspect to really take into consideration that most people overlook is maybe putting out a Reddit post or a Quora post or even Facebook posts, which allows users to look you up and look up your keywords of your business on Google, and then they can find you on different platforms such as Reddit, which further verifies the authenticity of what you're providing. So let's say you're offering like an online e-commerce business, and you want people who just happen to come across your business to or what you're offering online to be able to have further verification that you're legit. You can put out a Reddit post that talks about what exactly you offer, and then they see you on multiple different sites and say, okay, this website or this business is actually legitimatized. I feel a little bit more comfortable actually giving them my money. So that's kind of like I said, touching on search everywhere optimization and the importance of really delving into each of these aspects of online visibility, or having a company like I said before, like VNATech, go ahead and handle each of these aspects for you, so you don't have to worry about being visible everywhere. And you would be astounded if you're not already working with us. You would be astounded to see how much revenue this can actually generate just by being visible everywhere, because visibility is the key to sales. If they don't know you exist, and if they don't know what you offer, if they don't know how good your deals actually are, how can they ever take advantage of them? So let's move on. It looks like we missed our last one, would be AI platform searches. Obviously, so you can see here, Copilot, Gemini, ChatGPT. So by having that information on your website, customers can actually look up or type in ChatGPT, what does VNATech within Baldwinsville, what does the company VNATech, VNATech.net offer for their customers? And let's say you have a question, that question actually answered on your website. VNATech offers website creation, small business solutions, Google ad maintenance and management, and overall small business solutions to help small businesses generate more revenue in the 21st century in the digital age. So just by having all that information generally typed out and presented on these platforms allows AIs now, because they have access to the internet, to really spit that information back out to your customers. So now that we've got all of that touched on, let's move on to key strategies for search everywhere optimization. So number one would be the unified keyword strategy, which pertains to research and target keywords relevant to various platforms, and as well include platform-specific trends and search behavior. So you always want to do your research when you're trying to take into consideration what keywords that you're using. And I always touch it back to VNATech. These are aspects that we take into consideration when we put together websites or adjust websites or put together Instagram posts, the whole 9 yards, is you want to know what are the top converting keywords. You can use tools like Google and Google Ads. You can actually, or I think it's Google Keywords. You can actually research what keywords are the top performing within your specific niche and your specific industry, and this will allow you to ensure that you're always on the top of whatever you're offering, whatever you're marketing, whatever you're offering to your customers. And this allows us to have competitive edge against our competition within the marketing industry, because we utilize all of these tools on our side to make sure our customers are succeeding and at the very top of each of their niches in each of their industries. Next would be content format adaptation, which pertains to tailoring your content. Example, short form content for TikTok, because long form content doesn't really convert as well on TikTok, or long form content for blogs. Maybe you pop in a video there, maybe do a long format video for a blog, and as well optimize product descriptions for Amazon. So you really want to adapt, as you can see here, content format adaptation. You want to adapt your content based on what platform you're marketing it on. So like we said, like I said before, if it's TikTok, you're doing short form TikTok videos. If it's Instagram Shorts or Instagram Reels, you're doing shorter form content so that your customers or your audience can stay engaged longer. If you're doing a product description video, maybe you do a long format video on YouTube, the old YouTube, so that customers can have a longer breakdown analysis of what it is you're actually providing. Same thing with LinkedIn. Maybe do a longer format video to actually break down to other business owners what it is exactly that you're offering. So by having content on each of these platforms, once again, that's search everywhere optimization, and whoever wants to look at what your business offers on those platforms can get a better understanding of what you're offering. And by having that content on each of these platforms, that allows you to be visible to each of these target audiences on these platforms. Next would be cross-platform analytics. So this kind of touches back into, like we said before, how to utilize AI for analytics and cross-referencing. And as well, like we said, this is search everywhere optimization. So if you are truly set up on all of these platforms, and if you're not, you can give us a call, you can shoot me an email, or just check us out online. But if you are utilizing all these platforms offer analytics, which we can cross-reference each of these to give us a better understanding of which one of these platforms is providing the most value in your business. And then let's say that platform tends to be Facebook for you. That then tells you, okay, maybe we should run some Facebook ads now, because we can see that Facebook, based on the analytics, provides the most amount of attention and most amount of website clicks for our business. So that would be why having each of these platforms set up and the analytics set up for each of these platforms is extremely important in this day and age. Next would be omni-channel approach. So that kind of touches back to our last one with cross-channel analytics, which ensures you have a cohesive presence across platforms, so users are all platforms, so users can find your brand no matter where they search. Because you're gonna have a different audience on each platform. TikTok tends to be the younger demographic. Instagram tends to be 25 to 27, and then Facebook it tends to be 28 to older, higher 50s, and even 60s up. So making sure that you have the omni-channel approach set up ensures that your product is getting in front of each demographic. And then from there, you have your analytics in place to then tell you which demographic is providing the most value in our business and generating the most revenue. So like we said, this allows us to have a clear 2020 vision across our business to be able to make calculated decisions. And if you don't have this infrastructure already set up, I always bring it back to VNATech. Feel free to give us a call and we will be more than happy to help you set these aspects up so that you can track this business data as well. So now let's touch on why search everywhere optimization matters. We already touched on that, but let's just further reiterate so we can grasp why it really, really matters. But in today's multi-platform world, users search for content, products, and services across various channels, not just search engines anymore like Google, but optimizing for search everywhere businesses, or rather search everywhere. Businesses can increase their brand visibility. Like we said, if you're on each platform, you can be visible on each platform, which opens you up to larger numbers of audiences. We're now past the old day and age where a business could succeed by just having a corner store in a popular town, or having a business front and just being visible there. Now we have the ability and the necessity to be visible on different platforms, because with the internet and with social media, we're now competing and having to be forced to compete with thousands of other businesses, hundreds of other businesses, and competing for attention. So by having your company or your business or your brand on these platforms, it then allows you to compete with these customers. So I always tell everybody, and we always tell everybody, you can't go wrong with having a social media page set up for each social media account for your business. You don't know how your specific audience or if your specific audience is on that platform until you set up. So it can't hurt to set it up, or it can't hurt, like I always say, to give VNATech a holler and have us set each of those aspects up for you or your business or your brand, so that you can make sure that customers or potential customers are seeing it. But that's a long-winded approach, or long-winded answer on that one. Next, kind of touching further on it, is it helps you reach a diverse audience, like we said before. This really allows you to reach audiences in different states. Let's say you're doing more of the e-commerce thing, and you want to be able to reach people within India. You can then, utilizing social media, let's say you follow customers right in India, in the towns and the cities and the areas that you're trying to influence. This now allows us, through search everywhere optimization, to impact those users in those specific areas that we're looking for. Let's say you do a t-shirt company, and like a specific event is happening, or maybe a specific tragedy happened in an area. Then you can market your specific products in those areas now without even having to pay anything extra, just by following those people in those areas. Or let's say you're a business that operates in a specific town, like Cicero, North Syracuse. You can then follow people in that place, Cicero, North Syracuse, that you want to sell your product to, knowing that they are residents of that area. So it effectively allows you to have new demographics and in-depth demographics on customer data that you wouldn't normally have. And this is actually a technique that VNATech uses when we post for your business. We'll go ahead and follow the followers of other businesses in that local area, so you can be sure that you're having new viewers month over month in those target areas that you want to pursue. Let's see. Okay, one moment. Looks like we're waiting for one person here. Alrighty. Next would be the organic digital discovery. And this is kind of reiterating on, like I said, why SEO matters. So search everywhere optimization is not just search engine optimization anymore, but the organic digital discovery aspect of it would be kind of like that old school search engine optimization that we would have previously seen. So organic digital discovery really pertains to your keywords, your meta title, your meta tag, your descriptions in your social media posts. So let's say somebody types in, what does VNATech offer? And you have a post on Instagram of exactly what it offers. They can actually see those posts right on Google. And if they can see those posts on Google, that means that AI, if they type it in on ChatGPT can tell them exactly what you offer based on that social media post. And another aspect, let's say kind of like sidestepping with ChatGPT, honing in on this organic discoverability aspect, an aspect that you can utilize with that is gathering thousands of keywords. You can say, ChatGPT, please provide me with 10,000 keywords that pertains to landscaping, and it will pump out all of those keywords right there for you. And then you can just put those keywords right on your website. That is an aspect of organic digital discovery. Now, why it matters is because all of these aspects play in together of unlocking the most of your overall discoverability for your business. And the more you have online, the more you have in this digital area, between the social media platforms, between Google, between your website, between all of it, really and truly unlocks the visibility of your business so you can make more revenue, make more sales. So in a nutshell, search everywhere optimization ensures your content or product is visible wherever your audience searches, creating a holistic approach to digital discoverability. By further cross-referencing all of the data that each platform provides, you can then understand how specific audiences respond to your marketing and make decisions based on said data to optimize your business. Whew, that was a long-winded one. So now we can move on to how to improve the basics. So obviously these are ways that you can improve your own search everywhere optimization. So keep all content updated on your website. You want to make sure that if you change something on your website, or if you change something within your business, like your business hours or what you offer or a deal or a coupon or your, where your business is located, you want to update that on your website, obviously, because you never know when someone's going to go on your website and search for this kind of information or frequently asked questions. You want to make sure that's updated so that customers can search for that information themselves. If they go on the website and see conflicting information from what you told them, that's going to reduce their trust within your business. So obviously that goes without saying. You want to keep all the content updated on your websites, on your blogs, on your social media pages, the whole 9 yards, so that your customers are informed. And that can even lessen the amount of work that you have to do. Because if you have all this information entered on your website, they can be informed on what you offer, and then they can make a purchase by themselves. So let's say you're offering a tangible service like landscaping or events. You're doing events for people. If you have a short form video explaining all of the things that you offer with a little blog underneath, that can give all of the information that a new customer needs on your website to make an informed purchase. So like we said, kind of touching back on this, you want to make sure all your content is updated on your websites so that your and all the other wherever you're offering your services, so that your customers can have informed decisions on your products. Internal page linking between pages on your websites. So obviously this goes without saying as well. You want to be able to have buttons and the capability for your customers to bounce in between the websites or in between the pages of your website, because if they're locked on one page, they're not going to be able to understand everything that you offer. They're not going to be able to access everything that you offer. And that kind of ties in with obviously the search everywhere optimization. You want to have call to actions on your Instagram to go to your website. You want to have call to actions and links on your Indeed or your LinkedIn to go to your website. You want to have your call to action or your button on your LinkedIn to go to your Instagram, and maneuverability all throughout each of these platforms. Because if you can have one customer across all 5 of your platforms, anytime you post anything, they're able to see those specific things. So they're in your community, they're in your network, they're really understanding what you're providing and what your service provides. And then that can lead to down the road, new purchases and upsales for your customers. So like we said, right there, internal page linking is extremely important so your customers can have a full picture view, because you're obviously going to be posting different types of things across different platforms. Maybe you post more product descriptions on your YouTube. Maybe you post more highlight reels and highlight videos of your products on your Instagram. But by having the discoverability between each of those platforms, that allows your customers to have a full picture understanding of whatever it is that you offer. And 98% of website viewers don't purchase on the first time. So if you can get them into that metaphorical web of your business, and they're between the Instagram, the YouTube, the blogs, and the whole 9 yards, then they can make an informed purchase down the road, because they're less likely to make that purchase the first time. And next would be backlinks to your website. And like I said, I kind of touched on that one in the last one. Backlinks are extremely important, not only for maneuverability between platforms, but also Google, the search engine, utilizes these backlinks, quote unquote backlinks, which would be, let's say you have a link to your Google business page on your website, or you have a link to your Instagram on your website, or a link to your LinkedIn on your website. Google uses these backlinks to verify the authenticity of a website. So the more backlinks that a website has on its website, or featured on its website, or if it has a backlink to the Google business page, the more authenticated that website is in Google's eyes. So if you want your website to rank higher, it is extremely beneficial for you to have these backlinks added. And if you are a current customer of ours, you can just give us a holler. If there's like a website that you have, or other websites that you have, or other platforms that we aren't currently utilizing, or if we don't know about, all the better for you to just let us know all the platforms that you guys work with, and we can make sure that all those platforms are featured on each individual platform that you're using, so that you have the maneuverability, you have the discoverability, and also your websites are authenticated in Google's eyes, so that you can show up higher and higher on Google. Next would be alt text on all of your images and videos. And this goes if you yourself, as a business owner or the entrepreneur, are doing the posting. When you do posting on Instagram, for instance, you have the ability to put in alt text. Alt text allows viewers and searchers on Google, for instance, to be able to really understand, and algorithms to really understand what it is that is featured in your post or in your picture. So let's say you're doing a picture of snowboarding, or a picture of a children's event or something like that. By typing in children's event or snowboarding in the alt text of that picture on Instagram, or on the alt text of that picture within your website, allows the algorithms such as Google or Instagram to, like I said, really understand what it is you're showing. So then if somebody searches up on Instagram snowboarding, or if somebody searches up on Google snowboarding in New York, and your alt text on your picture says snowboarding in New York. That puts you in the mix of that search engine result page so that you can be discovered by people that potentially wouldn't have seen you before. So by having all your bells and whistles ready to go, like we said, and like I said previously in the webinar here, is it just allows you to be discoverable for all of these diverse audiences between all of these platforms, so you can make more revenue. And I said this previously, you will be shocked how much extra revenue this can allow your business to garner just by being visible. But the next one here. Video content is another way that you can improve on your search everywhere optimization. 62% of all Google searches include videos, according to Ubersuggest, and are 50 times more likely to rank higher in search results. So if you're only doing blogs, if you're only doing stagnant posts on Instagram, if you're only doing, let's say, a picture here and there on Facebook, you're missing out on a huge opportunity that allows you to get in front of your viewers and your customers. So by doing videos, it allows you to really get in front of your customers and capture more, we'll say, mind space of your viewers, and obviously that goes hand in hand with search everywhere optimization. If you're only doing pictures, you're missing out on the other aspect of your potential viewers mind state. So you definitely want to be putting out videos. And if you are, I keep saying this, if you are one of our customers, feel free to touch base with us, and we can mull over some ideas that you might have to make sure that we're getting the most of your company, because we can actually make those short format content for you, those short format videos. So if there's anything that you you want to market, just give us a holler, and we can utilize all of the resources at our fingertips to make 5-second, 10-second, 20-second, 30-second, 1-minute videos for your business, so that you can market exactly what you're offering to your customers. Send it out via email or put it on YouTube. Let's see. And I think the last one here, is mobile optimization. As our last aspect of how to improve your social or your search everywhere optimization, you need to have a mobile optimized website. As most searchers these days and website viewers for most websites are mobile based. By having your website optimized for mobile viewers, maybe every once in a while, every couple months, just hop on your website, scroll through it on your mobile device. This ensures that people aren't hopping on your website and then clicking off very quickly. Because let's say you have a button that's misplaced somewhere in the mobile version, or you have text that's cutting through itself, or cutting through a button. That, like I said previously, reduces the trust that a customer might have for business, because they say, all right, this website's looking a little bit janky. It's not optimized. So let me just click off and find somewhere else that's a little bit better. So you always want to be running through your websites, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. So you, as the business owner or an employee within a business, has an understanding of how optimized your website is for your mobile viewers. Like I said, most viewers are from the mobile. So last but not least, now that we have touched on everything that we touched on, let's go over our very last thing. So last but very not least, we are going to touch on some overlooked business-to-business lead generation methods, which are sure to increase the volume of leads you interact with. And if you don't service business-to-business, this section may not pertain to you, but definitely still has some valuable information that could spark an idea for you, or could bring some ideas to light that you might be able to use for your business, because oftentimes customers and consumers function and operate similarly to how businesses operate. And we're closing in here on probably the last 5-10 minutes of the webinar. So hold on to your seats there. We're almost done. Number one here, obviously, our number one business-to-business lead generation method is building and nurturing an email list, and the use of public business data to create cold email campaigns. So by utilizing public business information alone on Instagram, LinkedIn, Google, Bing, Google business pages, everything, the whole 9 yards, you can collect and create a substantial database of information such as emails, phone numbers, names, and even the business niche that's provided for them. Or the business niche of whatever the company is. So just by doing that, just by searching up, for instance, let's say you're a company that might be able to service, let's say you do events for companies. Then from there, all you have to do is go on Google, go on Instagram, and search, let's say on Instagram you search Liverpool, or ice cream parlor in Liverpool, or large company in Liverpool, or something like that on Google. Then from there, it pops you out all of these companies. Maybe you find one on LinkedIn. You have the manager's name, you have the manager's phone number right there, you have his email, you have his business niche. Let's say you send him an email offering your services. Hey, we do events for businesses to increase company morale. Would you be interested? Yes, we are interested, of course. Send us over any information you've got. Right there, that opens up a business connection. So the beauty of this really comes in the long-term approach. As you can see here, long-term strategy for consistent outreach. The longer you utilize this method of building a cold database or cold customer database, allows you to, let's say 5 years down the road, you have 10,000 emails on file. From there, once a month you can send out an email to 10,000 people. You put in that work over a long period of time, it allows you to have a mass amount of data to be able to interact with a mass amount of people that potentially are already interested in your services. So sometimes it does take thinking outside the box for how your services may be able to be presented to other businesses. But once you unlock that, marketing B2B online specifically allows you to get in front of more or higher amounts of people than you would normally be able to with consumers, because all of that information is just sitting right there online at your fingertips for you to be able to capture. So a common thing that we do for some of our customers is, let's say they're selling something to business or house owners or people that have something to do with houses or real estate agents, for instance. We can go right on the internet. We can find lists and databases with hundreds of local realtors, and we can get all of their information, send out emails. And like I keep saying, if you are a VNATech customer, these are some of the aspects that we utilize within our virtual assistant package. So we can find, hordes of customers or hordes of businesses that fit with your, B2B description, your business to business sales description. And we can collect all of that information, all that juicy information on them, help you build a customer or cold customer database, and then just automate and monetize that contact basis out to those potential customers. So that goes over our preferred business to business marketing strategy. And that's something, like I said, not every business can use, but if you can figure out a method or a way to utilize that aspect for your business, then it is an extremely powerful tool that can get you in front of thousands of people, lickety split, snap of the finger. So deep breath there, yeah. As a brief overview of everything we went over today, there was a mouthful, it was a lot, we touched on a lot for our first Q1 marketing mastermind seminar webinar. One, AI and LLMs can revolutionize small businesses. That is one of the key takeaways that you need to have today, is that if you've got some extra work or some typing, something that you're having a hard time with, or you're just having a hard time getting the creative flow, try to use some AI in your life these days, because the businesses that do utilize AI are going to succeed at the end of the day. They're going to come out on top in 2025. So you got to be competing with this. You got to have some experience with it, or else, I hate to say it, or else you might be left in the dust in this day and age, because the businesses that are utilizing it are going to have insights that other businesses aren't. Or if you're not a customer of ours and you are listening, feel free to give us a shout, because we utilize AI to give you an analytics breakdown every month so that you can understand your business and you can take a business to the next level. Next, we explored AI tools like ChatGPT, Sora, and 11 Labs, which can help small businesses and medium-sized businesses compete with these larger businesses. We also touched on how to optimize your business with strategies such as analytic reports and SEO, and cross-referencing those with AI. And we previously just went over how to build a B2B customer database for marketing purposes. And this whole webinar that we did today, if there was something useful that you heard and you want to go back on it, we're going to be posting this on our YouTube. And everybody that joined today, we're going to be sending that out to you with a link so that you can check it out. And you can listen through it again if you need to, which can also spark some ideas for your own business that can help you take everything to the next level. So thank you so much for joining us today on our Q1 VNATech Marketing Mastermind webinar. The next one we're going to be doing in early April. If you are a current customer of ours, we'll be sending out an email to you beforehand with links for you to RSVP, so you can save yourself. Anybody who RSVP'd today, it would have been $500. Our marketing webinars are $500 because of the value that are provided in them. The next one will be more of towards our current marketing updates, because every month there's something new in the industry. But make sure that you're saving yourself that $500. If you're a customer of ours, the webinar is free, or if you RSVP again before our next webinar, you'll be able to take advantage of the free promo as well. But kind of as a closing thought here, for everybody who joined us and everybody who is in the loop with VNATech, we have a special offer for you here. So even if you're watching this at a later time on our YouTube, you can receive 50% off a full month of our virtual assistant package. Our virtual assistant package is literally one of our top packages because it takes so much work off of a business owner's hands, especially if you're a single business owner without any employees. It really allows you to take everything to the next level for the standard cost of $300. You can have someone outsource all of that work on a day-to-day basis to one of our members. Instead of having to call your customers, we can call them for you. Instead of having to send out emails, let's say you're in the field every day and you don't have the time, you can just send us over a message, say, hey, I need you to send out an email to all my customers informing them of a new sale that we've got. Hey, I need you to give a call out to each of my customers and see if you can secure a Google review. So things like that we do. And this is basically right here, obviously, as you can see what it includes. It includes social media posting daily if you'd like, or we can post 1 day, 1 to 7 days. And with that social media posting, every time we post, we follow 50 people. So that's if we're posting every day, that's potentially 50 times 7 days a week of people that are interacting with your business, people that are getting a follow on their Instagram. And like I said previously, it all comes down to visibility. The more people that are seeing your business, the more people that are getting interactions from your business on Instagram, the more potential sales that you have. We also offer within that email management and response, send out emails for you and respond to emails, email marketing and mass email campaigns. We can send out those mass email campaigns for you each month. And it includes a free month of MailChimp. Each month that you subscribe, you get a free month with 8 mass emails. So if you've got reviews that you want to send out each month, if you want because there's a new holiday every month, if you want the happy holiday, happy Christmas, happy Valentine's Day, happy St. Patrick's Day, take advantage of our promo, yada, yada, yada. Every month, we can send those out for you. The sky's the limit, and it comes to it with a maximum of 5,000 emails, which most small businesses, medium-sized businesses don't even hit that 5,000 email mark. Obviously, you can see there, addressing inquiries on your behalf, information gathering, blog post writing and updates, gathering potential customers for you, new leads, and like I touched on before, calling customers on your behalf. So that is an immense amount of work that for most small businesses, they would have to pay an employee, 900 to $1,000 a month just to be able to take those certain tasks off your hand. So now you can take advantage of the 50% off discount running for the rest of January. So just give us a call, give us an email, or you can get in contact with me directly. My email is victor@vnatech.net, and you can take advantage of that half off virtual assistant package for the rest of the month. So that concludes our Q1 Marketing Mastermind seminar and a webinar. So if you do have any questions, you can pop that in the chat here of our Zoom, and I will go over it. But as of right now, I don't see any. Okay, I see one here from David. It looks like Angie touched on that one. Let me see if there's any for me. Yeah, I would like to be shocked. Agreed. I hear you there 100%. I'd say already the first couple months that I used AI within our personal endeavors, and I've actually got a couple businesses on the side that I do like personal training. The results were astounding as far as everything that we were able to do, and the analytics with search everywhere optimization. So the more platforms that you got, the more revenue that you can generate, because the more people that you can impact. And now that we've got ability to cross-reference with AI, it allows us to make sense of all of that. But I don't see any other questions in here. So if anybody listening does have anything that pops up later on, and you're just thinking about it, you're mulling it over, feel free to send me an email or send us an email to our support line. I will probably be in here, and I say this to everybody, I'll probably be in the office for another 25, 30 minutes. So if anything, and I mean anything pops up, feel free to give us a call. I'll be manning the phones tonight, and I will be more than happy to answer anything you got for me. But other than that, that will do it for our marketing seminar, and you guys have a great rest of your night. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.